Please welcome your hosts, Natalie and Natalie Korneitsik.
Second Global Expansion Conference. My name is Natalie Korneitsik, and next to me is Natalie. Well, some of you might remember me from the last year, some of you may not, but let me quickly remind you why I'm here today. So, as I mentioned, my name is Natalie Korneitsik, and originally I'm coming from a country with the biggest quantity of unicorns per capita. By the way, does anybody know? Country with the biggest quantity of unicorns per capita. That's the correct answer. So originally I'm from Estonia, but I lived and studied for many years in Milan, Italy, and today I'm based in Mexico City. I won my first award at the age of 14 for writing articles on the political topics that were published, and that was my very first time in the public eye. Actually, I promised myself that it was going to be my last time in the public eye because I truly hated it. But well, life is unpredictable, then Miss Universe happened where I represented my country, and later on I became the first Estonian who made it onto Mexican television. So why am I here today? Well, first of all, because I'm a global person. I speak 5 languages well, with a mix of exotic accents, but still, I have lived and worked in more than 8 countries, and I've had experience collaborating with people of all kinds of backgrounds and professions, starting from Indonesian television guru to a former president of the United States. So I'm very good at connecting with people and connecting people with others. It's not a secret that in order to succeed internationally, it's very important to build the right network. And that is one of the many reasons why we're all here today. Wow! So let's continue. The recent pandemic showed the world one more time that the most important thing that we have is our health. So our very first topic is health related and about the global expansion of Babylon Health. The speaker himself has a very impressive background, right? So it's my great pleasure to invite to the stage Ali Parsa and Gil Hastings, who will tell us more about the do's and don'ts of this successful startup. Please welcome. We will not go to the doctors anymore because all the technology, computers will perform better diagnosing than any doctor. Do you believe in that? Speaking about the future, it's time to hear from a younger generation. Our next panel discussion is about empowering young leaders to drive positive social, environmental, and economic change. I would like to invite to the stage Karika Seppa, Julia Marsetti, Jules Packer, moderated by Nina Jane. Let's welcome to the stage. Welcome back. I hope you all enjoyed your English breakfast tea, maybe some scones were involved. We're ready to continue. With all the happenings in the world, as the recent pandemic, instability in Europe, financial crisis, being a leader is not the same as it used to be. New realities require new strategies. So our next panel discussion is about responsible leadership in uncertain times. Let's welcome to the stage Andrea Martin, Oliver Stratton, Simon Macy Taylor, Juliet Slopp, moderated by Nick Robson. Please welcome. Yeah, and we live in such a progressive society. You know, I still can get used to seeing a baby, maybe 4 years old, who's already there in his iPad playing some games with a serious face, and he does it better than I do. So, and what have you seen that made you realize that our generation is really far behind? Oh yeah, that's impressive. So our next panel discussion is about the workplace of the future. The next generation workforce will be more diverse, tech-savvy, and flexible. Now we will hear from our special speakers on how they're succeeding in attracting top talent. Let's welcome to the stage Nicole Anderson, Chris Watson, Kobe Ampama, and Alice, moderated by Mina Moscow.
So, I've got a question for you, Natalie. You live in Mexico. In Europe, we talk a lot about ESG and the environment and climate change, but obviously there's different challenges in different parts of the world. What's the view in Mexico?
Well, I know Mexico now is a very fast-growing market, and from what I've seen when it comes to big profits, they tend to ignore the environmental social governance. So let's speak about that. Our next panel discussion is about building a sustainable future, the power of environmental social governance. Our experts will discuss the importance of this conversation and how to help to retain investors, customers, and employees. Let's welcome to the stage Para Gogate, Anthony Burns, Sabine van der Linden, moderated by Guy Patrol. Please welcome. I guess you expect me to answer Instagram, don't you? But actually, the app that helped me a lot in life was WhatsApp. Because, you know, traveling around the world, living in many countries, WhatsApp truly helped me to stay in touch with my family and friends. Actually, you know, my mom, she told me recently that when she's worried, when she cannot sleep in the night because I'm so far away in Mexico and she's in Estonia and she's worried. You know how moms are, right? And so when she's having this kind of a moment, she goes to WhatsApp, she checks Paula's connection, and then she sees a bit of movement there. That gives her peace, you know, such a spy, you know. And it's funny because, you know, my first year of university in Italy, that time everybody used to use BlackBerry chat. And it was even the way how the boys were approaching the girls. They would come and say, hey, beautiful, what is your PIN? Because that time, to add someone to BlackBerry chat, you had to have a PIN, right? And it happened to me a lot of times that I was alone in the corner with my iPhone because I was one of the few who used iPhone in my group. And I was there alone and the boy would come and ask, hey, what is your PIN? And I was like, what's up? And he would look at me and say, yeah, great, thank you for asking, but I'm asking your PIN. And I was like, yeah, I know, but I have WhatsApp, you know, WhatsApp. And he would look at me and say, huh, you're weird, you know. So look how everything has changed. I'm not weird anymore.
You sure about that?
Now we're going to have a very interesting experience because we're going to have an intellectual boxing match. San, explain us the rules. So I will leave you with the referee of the match, San, and remember, no biting.